We are here with my friend Shackie from Sweden. Good morning, Shackie.
Morning.
So, what happened here with with the COVID situation here in Sweden from March? What
Nothing
happened?
really. I mean, we've had a normal lifestyle. We're just keeping distance, but in Sweden we do it in general anyway. So, yeah, no.
So you didn't have any lockdown, masks, mandatory masks? Or...
No.
Oh, that's cool.
Nothing like that. Just, yeah,
Normal life.
more or less, yeah.
And can you go to the supermarket, for example, or to the pub without any masks?
Yeah, anyway.
Even in March and April?
Even in March and April,
Wow,
and the rest of the year.
that's amazing. Hey, good morning, mate.
Good morning, mate. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah.
So tell us something about you. What's your name?
Well, actually, I'm Matias. I am 28 years old. I am from Patagonia.
Were you in Argentina during the lockdown?
I'm in town, in Patagonia.
How was that?
Well, actually, it's not that bad. At first, you have a lot of restrictions, anywhere in the world, but then, as in my town, there's like no cases of coronavirus. They're just like everything normal life. They're just all open, restaurants are open, gyms are open, not schools of course, but we have like pretty normal life. And then when the cases start to appear, they are just cutting all the freedom. But actually just like all open.
So you said the restaurants were open,
Yeah.
but takeaway service or
No.
normal?
People can be there just like visiting, just like talking, hang out with friends. Yeah,
And what about masks?
we have to use it. Yeah,
In Argentina, everywhere, even outside?
yeah, of course. Even outside.
So, what's your name, my friend?
My name is Octavio Valentini from Argentina.
Argentina.
In that period was they started with the completely lockdown, phase 1, and they stay like that for months.
Wow.
I think 8 months, something like that.
Wow.
They are now getting better because of the weather. It's getting hotter, but it's completely fucked up. Because how to sustain that economically speaking is like shit. And
So many people lost their job and everything.
of course, they have to shut down everything. Yeah.
So you went to Italy in March, right?
Yeah,
And you were like locked down in Italy, so...
yeah,
Where about in Italy?
Pontremoli.
In Tuscany, right?
Yes.
And why did you come to Sweden?
Because it was the only place that was open to be around without mask and to find job and everything. The easier one, the opposite to Argentina. I mean, compared to the panic that is in Italy, that I live there, here is amazing. I mean, unbelievable how they live this situation is super calm and easy.
Buongiorno, I'm Axel, musician here in Gothenburg. So I'm taking it to the streets, as you know. I mean, obviously the arts cannot go on as usual. They shut down the music clubs and the dance facilities and the art museums and stuff. But everything else, as you see, is going on as usual.
Yeah, everything in Sweden is going on pretty much normal.
Yeah.
But what happened for about events, music, concerts?
Yeah, that's the funny thing, that we are not allowed to have music events. We can do, I think, for 8 people. It has to be top 8 people, including musicians. So maybe 1 musician, 7 people, distance. But however, as we were speaking about earlier, if you go to the shopping mall, it's packed with people. It's like hundreds of people everywhere walking on top of each other, which is very disturbing for us as musicians or people who pursue the arts. We cannot have a concert for 50 people or whatever, but the shop is going on. The shopping is going on. The restaurants, as usual, you can sit 8 people in every company. So there's hundreds of people eating lunch, buffet, blah blah blah. But apparently, playing music for people is very dangerous and it spreads viruses. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud.
And this is a big question. What do you think would be the role of music and of art in this situation?
I think it has an important role. In people's lives at home, whether they are watching TV with music and art inside, or listening to music, which I know a lot of people do these days on the streaming services. Without music, art, dancing, theater, drama, whatever it is, I think it would be a much higher rate of depression, and people would be just, even more lost than what they are. I mean, as you can see in Sweden, it's been a different year for us. We haven't had a lockdown. Obviously, the Swedish citizens are obeying the restrictions quite carefully, but not in the stores, which is disturbing me, because we are also working. You know, we're playing music, we're writing, and they basically shut down everything for people who are doing something with creativity to do. But everything else goes on as usual.
My name is Henrique. I'm from France, Paris, and I'm engineer in computer science.
Why did you come to Sweden?
Because I want to escape the lockdown in Paris. In Paris, you can do nothing at the moment. You can get out. To get out, you have to need a paper. And that is why I'm here, because here there are more freedom. Because here there are less restriction. So it's not like the Spain or Italy or France where we impose some restriction at the people. And for me it's not fair, because nobody can tell what you can do.
Yeah. You think it's kind of a dictatorship?
The dictatorship, yeah, exactly. For me, if the people, if the other people, the older people stay in home, it's good, and let the younger people and the people more strong get out. It's maybe it's more good to answer to the situation.
I'm Camilla, I'm from Argentina, but in this moment I don't come from Argentina, just from Japan. And I was living 1 year there, and I started my new year here in Sweden.
So you were in Japan in March and April.
Yeah.
So tell us something about Japan.
Well, in Japan it's different from here. I mean, you have to wear the mask all the time. I mean, in Japan, we had just 1 month of like quarantine or lockdown, just 1 month. The government gave to everyone subsidy or something like that. Almost $1,000 to everyone. If you are Japanese or resident, all we deserve that money. And after that, the country started to open the bars, restaurants, hotels with social distance.
Yeah.
You have to easily, wear the mask.
Yeah, it's mandatory mask.
Yeah.
And so now, for what you know, in Japan they have open restaurants, open discos,
Yeah.
open everything, but of course they have to wear the mask, right?
Yeah. But it's crazy, because if you go to the disco, many people there not wearing the mask. So it's like, I don't know, it's strange. I mean, and here also it's strange, because you can stay in the bar, but until 10 without mask. So sometimes I don't understand really.
again. I'm from the UK. This was my last destination because all the other countries were closed and I was interrailing around Europe and ended up here.
So we can say that you are a lockdown refugee.
Yeah.
So what was lockdown, the first lockdown in the UK? How was it?
How was it? It was intense, especially being with family 24/7. But I think I was really lucky because I lived in the countryside. But yeah, long. It was long.
And what do you think about Sweden and the approach that they had?
It's interesting. It's very much do what you think is right instead of the government putting on lots of restrictions, which I think works. I think it's a good idea. Yeah, no one's wearing masks most of the time. It's very different to the rest of the world, obviously. So it's great for me because I'm young and a traveller. Yeah. My favourite thing about Sweden? Probably the nature. The lakes, the big lakes. It's got a very eerie vibe, which I like. But Gothenburg also, and the people I've met in Gothenburg. Yeah, it's a good vibe. The like fresh air and being in a natural environment is so good for the mind and the soul and the body. Yeah, definitely. I think every human deserves that. Just for basic well-being even. Yeah, I think it's quite a basic human right. Yeah, people, even after this pandemic, when it finishes, I'm sure there'll be so many more people with higher mental health issues and more scared to go outside and build relationships and relationship with nature.